thank you very much for watching or listening. Liam Hartree here today with another episode of Presenting Champions. Today joined by Spartan bare knuckle pit fighter Andrew James Shields, who has competing, as I mentioned, in pit fighting, one of the toughest sports in the world of combat. Today we're going to be talking about his life journey, including his beginnings, what attracted him to the sport of pit fighting, and just everything about his life. So everyone stay tuned. And Champ, thank you for coming on the show, mate, and it's awesome to have you on here.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity, Liam.
Well, you're very welcome. Like I was saying to you before, I've seen bits and pieces to do with your fights, and I know you've got a great story to tell. So
Yeah.
let's start there. So let's go back to like your early life and everything. Was fighting or combat sports or martial arts or anything like that part of your early years? Or was it something that really you started doing later on in life? Let's go back to where you grew up and where your life started, basically.
Yeah, well, originally I started doing Taekwondo. I was doing Taekwondo from like the age of 12. Basically just to, my mum used to set to toughen us up, So yeah, I did that. I didn't do it for very long. I couldn't really get myself into it. I wasn't really. I had a few competitions, but never really got that far with it. But yeah, and then I did do a bit of boxing when I turned 15. I didn't do much of it because I ended up knocking about with wrong crowds and stuff like that and getting distracted very easily.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always liked the thought of boxing and fighting and stuff like that. But I had it quite troubling actually as a kid, especially at school, getting bullied and stuff like that, centre of attention and stuff, and you know what I mean, like getting laughed at and all this and that. Yeah, like normal case of bullying and stuff like that. I had it all the way through school. But yeah, fighting, it's always been on my mind. Always, I've always loved watching it. I've always loved the thought of doing it. But yeah, it's I'd definitely say it's in my blood. It's in my blood because some of my family members they did boxing and stuff like that as young adults. But yeah, no one's really ever got into the top levels, but it's always been in the family kind of thing. But yeah, it was just a matter of time when I was going to find myself in that moment to get myself into that fighting stage and compete at the high level.
Absolutely. Now we'll come back to that shortly, but when I do these interviews, there's always, as well as the fighting stuff, there's always a bit of inspiration and a bit of like message of hope that I like to give people, if you get what I mean. So in the sense that you've overcome things in your life, and if you've overcome it, other people can as well. So
yeah, definitely.
In terms of bullying and in terms of some of those experiences and everything, I know it might not be easy to talk about, so I respect that, by the way. But in terms of how you sort of grew through that process and how you eventually came out the other side of it, how did you basically keep going, through that difficult time and that difficult situation, if you get what I mean with this?
Well, I know it sounds daft in a way, but when I used to knock about with my friends well, there wasn't my friends at the time. They were just people that I knocked about with, doing things that I shouldn't have been doing. They used to, like, give me good beatings. You know what I mean? Like, it used to toughen me up a bit. You know what I mean? And that's probably what did toughen me up. Getting them beatings and thinking to myself, I'm not having it no more. So yeah, that's what happened, and I ended up getting into bare knuckle because I've been pushed about a lot up until early adult life. So yeah, I just had enough. So I wanted to put myself in a what can I say? I wanted to put myself in like I can't get the words out. I can't think of the word.
I think what you're trying to say, and sorry to cut in, but you wanted to take like some of your power back, like for yourself type of thing, and stop people getting on your case. And I don't want to cut in there, but it's just it's actually a valuable lesson, and
Yeah,
I got a lot of
definitely.
respect for that, by the way, because
100%. I mean, yeah, I wanted to put myself in that predicament where I had to defend for myself and had to, you know what I mean? So I think that's most of the reason why I started doing bare knuckle, because it's the toughest sport out there, no matter what. And especially in the pit where it's toe to toe, there's no escaping there. Once you're in there, you're in there. That's it.
absolutely.
You're either coming out getting knocked out, or you're coming out a winner. And
That's
that's
it.
how it is. And I enjoy something. It's the best thing I've ever done, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I love getting in that pit and getting a whacked at jaw, because it wakes me up, and I just want to absolutely kill that other person. You know what I mean? But yeah, I love it. It's the old mentality of it, the atmosphere, the respect of the club. It's unbelievable. The respect in them shows is I've never witnessed anything like it. It's
Yeah.
it's unbelievable. I mean, how someone can get into a pit, have a full blown fight, and then buy each other drinks after. It's mint.
Yeah, it's next level, 100%. 100%. Now we'll come to Spartan in a minute and we'll talk about that. I got one other question about your background and then we're gonna go full throttle then into like the bare knuckle stuff. But
Yeah.
when you were like getting into a bit of trouble and all that, same thing as before, not to dwell on anything negative, but just to inspire people about how they can get out of these situations. When you were in that situation, when you were doing that type of thing, same type of thing, how did you make the decision? I don't want to be part of this anymore. I don't want to be getting in trouble doing whatever you would do. I don't know how much you can say, but
Yeah.
when did the time come? Was it because of bare knuckle fighting that you came out of that, or was it like before that?
No, we were definitely before that. Yeah, 100%. Well, I got kicked out of my mum's house at an early age, 17, 18 years old. So from there, I was having to fend for myself, which I struggled doing because I'd never done it before. You know what I mean? Like my mum did everything for me. So yeah, ended up fending for myself and doing and having my own place and paying for my own bills and stuff, which also I really struggled with because it's something I never did. But yeah, it's having that tough life environment. You know what I mean? That tough life environment. That's what changed me, and and also if my kids, man, my kids absolutely saved myself. Well, uh, I had a bit of trouble with my kids, and my, my eldest son, his mom. I had a bit of trouble with her as well, like with social got involved and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I overcome that, and I ended up fighting for my son so hard, and and now I see him all the time. You know what I mean? Like it's took me a long time because I've had to change myself, and it doesn't just happen overnight. And I'm very pleased with the person I am now. You know what I mean? I've achieved a lot. I mean, I know I've only just had my first win in the pit, but I've had five hard fights, like you know what I mean, like against tough people. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm very pleased with what I've done and stuff, and my partner as well. I've been with her nearly 5 6 years. Like she's absolutely amazing. Yeah, I mean, she's made me the man I am as well today. So yeah, you can overcome anything if you put your mind to it. You've just got to keep going, and no matter what obstacle you come to, you just got to get over it. No matter what, we're human. That's what we do.
Mm,
You know what I mean? And we can do anything we put our minds to because we are. Every person is intelligent. They've got that intelligence to do that.
absolutely.
You just got to do it.
I love the message. I love the life lessons, that you're sharing here as well as the fight stuff. I mean, that's actually a big part of the reason why I do these in the first place, is to put those lessons out there. And it's powerful stuff. I love the theme that you're giving of like testing yourself in these different situations. Let's get into it with pit fighting, with everything bare knuckle and whatnot. When you first got the idea to compete in there, when the opportunity first presented itself to you and you thought, you know what, I want to do this, I want to give this a go. How did you first find out about it? How did you first get into it? Where did that journey begin, basically?
Well, I was watching it on Facebook. All the fights, what were going off before I joined, and wow, I were absolutely, I were hooked. I were hooked on it. I couldn't wait for the next show. So yeah, and I just kept watching it, and I thought to myself, Joe, something, I'm going to have a go. And yeah, I contacted Christian Roberts, founder of Spartan, top bloke, absolutely brilliant. Yeah. So yeah, I got in touch with him, and yeah, like, got me on. And my first fight was a world title fight against Tony Meehan.
Yeah.
Should I have took that fight? Maybe not, because I wasn't fight training or anything. All I did was go to the gym and put a stone on. You know what I mean? Like maybe did a bit of sparring and stuff, but didn't really do any fight training. Got in there and got knocked out. But yeah, I got in there. That's what started it all. You know what I mean? And then my second fight against Billy Broad, absolute cracking fight, lasted 9 minutes. It was brilliant. I loved it. Straight after the fight, I wanted to fight again. I was buzzing. Yeah, I absolutely loved it. And then after that fight, that's where it all kicked off. I was like, that's where I started training properly and stuff, and doing everything that I should have been doing. But yeah, I love it. I love it. And now I'm on to my sixth fight.
Yeah, incredible. And talk to us a little bit about basically in your own experience what it's like in the pit. I mean, I know that's probably a big question, probably a broad question, but when I ask this to different guys, they always say like first of all, it's super fast, I mean, you've got no real time to
Oh
think,
yeah.
but just like what your experience is of a fight, starting from maybe like on the day, like or on the build up to it type of thing to the point of getting into the pit. What do you experience? Like what's sort of going through your mind and that type of thing?
Well, to be quite honest with you, like I've got a fight lined up now, and I've not really thought about it. You know what I mean? Like it's not been on my mind at all. I mean, I've been doing bits of training. I've not got into fight camp yet. That's next week. But yeah, the adrenaline, it starts kicking in a couple of weeks before the fight. You know what I mean? You can feel it tingling through your body. You know what I mean? A little bit, because you know it's coming. It's ready. You're ready. You know what I mean? You're getting yourself. Your body's preparing itself for that fight. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a mad old feeling, and then it comes to week one. You know what I mean? Away from fight, the adrenaline's absolutely pumping through your body. Because it's fight week. You know what I mean? It's everyone's ready. So yeah, I guess today it's like wow. You know what I mean? It's like that adrenaline calms down. It calms down a little bit in a way, like on the day. It calms down. It's like your body feels at ease, kind of thing. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. It's a good feeling, but it's a weird one. And then you get there, it's like, yes, I'm ready for this. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. I don't know. It's hard to explain what it feels like, um, especially when you get in pit.
Yeah.
Once you get in that pit, I don't know. It's unreal. It's unreal. I can't explain the feeling. Um, it's very it's very you feel alive. You know what I mean? You feel more alive than any other time ever. You know what I mean? Like it's yeah, and then you start fighting. It's just it's all like that. It's mad.
Yeah. And
It's
when you're
mad.
in there as well, and like I said before, a lot of people have said it's very fast and it all happens at a fast pace.
Mm.
But are you like when you're in the moment, are you like aware of the crowd and like the people screaming and stuff, or is it
No,
all just the guy in front?
no, no. I'm not. No. Once I'm in there, I feel like it's just us two in that room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It don't feel like that. I don't hear no one. I don't hear no. It's mad. It's like it just all goes quiet. It's just me and him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, my last fight against Phil Hammond, Joe Smith is a good fighter. And he is a good fighter. I mean, before the fight, Robbie Adamson turned around to me and says, "You don't think you're going to walk through Phil because he's a good fighter?" You know what I mean? And he is. He got me with some right shots. I think he got me with about 3 or 4 hooks on the side of the face. And I felt it. You know what I mean? But yeah, no matter who you get up against in that pit, you're gonna get whacked, no matter what.
Absolutely, yeah. I
No
mean,
matter who you are, no matter, you know what I mean. You're 2 fighters in that pit. They're both getting it, and one's getting knocked out.
yeah,
Can I just say that I'm representing safe in safe hands. For
yeah,
any fighters that want to talk about their mental health or anything like that, contact Darren Wilson. He's the founder of In Safe Hands, and he'll like, if you've got any problems with your mental health or anything like that, with family problems, or when you just want to speak to anyone, he's your man, Darren Wilson, on Facebook.
absolutely, yeah. He does some amazing work, and
Yeah, he does.
he's
Yeah,
been on this show as well, by the way. And
yeah,
I'm really glad that we got to give him a shout out because yeah, the work he does with Safe, he does a lot like behind the scenes type of thing,
yeah.
and he's
Even Christian Roberts, like, even if you message him and like he'd talk to you. You know what I mean? Like, I spoke to Christian before. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
absolutely,
and
yeah,
when my head's been a bit not in the right place, so I spoke to him and just gave me some nice words of wisdom and stuff like that. Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, good set of guys, man.
Oh,
Definitely, if you got any problems, and very guys to speak to, 100%.
absolutely, yeah. Christian Rock, he's got a heart of gold. He has, 100.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. Got time
Yeah,
for anyone.
yeah. I speak to him all the time. Great guy like that. Absolute heart of gold. Got like you say, got a time for anyone, and just an amazing person.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we got to give a shout out to some people actually, because funny enough, I was going to ask you about that, but we've got
Yeah,
the
I want to give it. Can I give a shout out to my sponsors, please?
yeah, of course,
Yeah, give a shout out to my sponsors, Frontline Construction Building and Landscaping Services. If you want any of them services, you've got a 15% discount on right now. Look him up on Facebook. Sweet Serenity. They do all kinds of like cosmetic stuff and stuff. They're brilliant. And SS Security Solutions. If you need any security events or anything like that, fighting promotions or up like that, he's your man. Just contact just contact him on Facebook.
yeah.
And, yeah, thank you.
No, it's all right. It's good to give them a shout out of people helping behind the scenes, And funny enough, I was going to ask you that with the sponsor. I was going to do that a little bit later on, but it's
Oh
good.
yeah, sorry.
It's all good. We got it in there because I always say when I'm doing these interviews, it's good to give a shout out to people who are helping
Yeah,
behind the scenes. Obviously, you know what they're doing, and people close to you know what they're doing. But when this goes out into like the bigger world type of thing, it gets their name out there, and
yeah.
you can't fault it at all. I mean, there's a lot of people doing good work, and it sounds like there's some people really helping you, which is good. So we're doing well so far. Going back to the fighting side of things, do you have a favorite fight so far out of the ones you've had, or are they all equal, or is there maybe one or two that stand out as being like more special than the others for some reason?
Um, it's a weird one. It's a good question, but it's a weird one because my best fight, it's got to be against Billy Broad. It's
Yeah,
no doubt. Like, I could I could have technically carried on that fight, but I was winded. You know what I mean? I didn't take the count. I panicked. You know what I mean? I wanted myself out of here. After 9 minutes, I was fucked. You know what I mean? But I should have. I finished, and I was like, shit, I should have fucking carried on, man. But at the time, it's what your mind works, isn't it? So, but yeah, that one's my favourite. But the one that I most learned from is probably the one against John Best,
mm,
because I didn't protect myself at all, and he broke my ribs, man. You know what I mean? He put me through hell. He put me through some right pain, and I don't want that again. So yeah, protection all the time now. I work on it a lot. But
yeah,
yeah, I mean, from my last fight, I don't know if anyone looks at my last fight, but I did protect my ribs more than I protected my face. You know what I mean? Because you get it in belly, you get it in ribs, it hurts a lot more than what it does get it in face.
Yeah,
You get knocked out by getting it in face, but and a good whack at ribs, oh, it hurts.
yeah,
Especially after, anyway. You know what I mean? You don't feel it when you're fighting, but well, you do. You start fatiguing, but you don't feel the pain. You
yeah,
start fatiguing, but like after the fight, that's when you start feeling the pain. That like I can remember saying to our last after the fight, I was like, I've got a great pain in my ribs. You know what I mean? I didn't think no of it. And I got home and I was like I was paralyzed.
Oh, I mean, that's the thing, though, isn't it? It shows how brutal it is, and it
Yeah.
shows how you've got to have, because to do that, you've got to have a strong mind as well as a strong body. Do
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You've
100%.
got
Well,
to
I carried on into round two, yeah, because
exactly. Yeah,
that punch happened in round one, and you got. I can remember it. I felt the impact. You know what I mean? Because it broke two ribs and fractured one. So you're gonna feel it, aren't you?
yeah,
Um, but yeah, uh, got into round two, and I could feel myself fatiguing. I was breathing heavy. I couldn't think straight. So yeah, he got me a nice 1-2 combo and knocked me out. Well, I won't say knocked me out. I wasn't knocked out. I was like on my knees, more or less getting up, but I, I was fucked, man. I was fucked. I didn't want to carry on.
yeah.
Sorry for my swearing.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's like I say, just talking from the heart. That's the best way. So, okay, so that was one of your favorite ones, and how fast is it in there? Because obviously, when you watch the fights, it's like it's faster than
Oh yeah, it's
anything
fast.
in the ring and all the rest of it because
Yeah.
there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. So it seems like the punches would be coming at you like overwhelming, like
Oh yeah,
like,
it's definitely fast, 100%. I mean, when you get punched, you don't really feel it. It's just like a thump.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's just you don't feel no pain or anything like that. It's just like a thump to face. You know what I mean? And it just happens so quick. And yeah, it's unreal in there. It's unreal. I mean, I've sparred in the ring and stuff like that. I've never really competed in one.
yeah,
But I know that I understand it's a completely different world in there. You know what I mean? To what it is in pit.
yeah,
I mean, in pit, it's just toe to toe fighting, isn't it? There's no skill, there's no footwork really. I mean, you can do bits of footwork and you can, but you can't not like you can do in the ring where you can like, you know what I mean, bounce back and forth and stuff like that, and you know what I mean, sidestepping and all that lot. You can't really do it in the pit because they're just coming at you straight away. So you just gotta do the same.
yeah. That's it.
I
Yeah,
mean, I like to get in there. I like to get in there straight away. I didn't before. I used to like them to come to me, and I went back for. But it don't work. It don't work in pit. Well, it does. It can do, but you got to be good at it.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
There's a few fighters that fight like it. In pit, but they're good fighters. You know what I mean? They're good, really top level fighters.
yeah,
So yeah, we've been doing it all our lives, so we know what we're doing.
yeah,
I mean, slipping a punch in pit is a lot. You've got to be quick.
yeah,
You've got to be quick. You know what I mean? It's not like slipping one in ring where you know what I mean, where you got a little bit of time to slip it. Think about slipping it if it's coming. You know what I mean? You ain't got that. You ain't got that in pit because it's coming. No matter what, that punch is coming. So
yeah.
yeah, it's just yeah.
All different.
Whoever gets the most clean punch first and knocks them out wins.
Yeah,
I mean, my last fight it lasted 1 minute 30 in the first round. You know what I mean? That's my fastest. Well, other than losing to Tony Mayon, that's my fastest fight. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But yeah, um, I
So
can't wait. I can't
very,
wait. I've got my next fight is against a young lad called Tom Gallagher. He's tough lad.
yeah,
Younger than me. I think he's only young. I think he's only about 20, 21 or something like that. But yeah, yeah, I can't wait. Can't
uh,
wait.
good luck. Is that on the March? This show in
Yeah,
March?
this March. Yeah,
Yeah,
March coming up in Bradford.
yeah,
Spartan Bare Knuckle Fight Club, Bradford. Bradford Hotel in Bradford. If anyone wants to go, let me know. Hit me up on Facebook, Andrew James Shields. I'll sort some tickets out.
yeah. Awesome. Well, we've talked about some good stuff this evening. We've got some highlights so far. I mean, I believe the best is yet to come for you.
Yeah,
You know, do you
yeah,
know what I mean?
100%. This year is gonna. It's look before my last fight against Phil Hammond. I says, look, this fight is make or break for me. If I don't win this fight, that's it. I'm packing it in.
Yeah,
But I won it, so that's me. You know what I mean? I'm going to get in that pit and I'm going to absolutely annihilate him. I'm
yeah,
telling you now, I can't wait. I'm just going to put my experience into it, put my weight onto it, put my height. I'm just going to boss him in there.
yeah. That's the way. Well,
But I've got respect for him as well because I know he's a good fighter. So you know what I mean? I know I'm going to get hit. So it's one of them, isn't it?
yeah. Well, it's a good test, you know. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
it is.
It
You're
is a good
in,
test.
it is, yeah, yeah, and you're improving every fight as well. I mean, that's the other thing. Like from
Yeah,
the stories you've been telling, you know, learning the lessons, and you're improving physically, you know, like with the actual fighting, but you're also improving like in your confidence and in your
yeah,
belief in yourself and all that mental side as well. So, you know, you can go a long way in this, and the future is very, very bright. Now, we've given a shout out to sponsors, we've given a shout out to some of those important people. What would you say to your fans and the people who buy tickets and some of those people out there who support you, if any of them are watching this?
yeah, yeah. They're amazing, man. I mean, most of my friends buy the tickets. Yeah, they're amazing. They support me all the way. Always messaging me, making sure I'm all right and stuff like that. Because I do get a bit down sometimes in my head, but they're always there, messaging me, asking to see if I'm all right and stuff. Yeah, they're brilliant. But yeah, just want to say a massive thank you to them. Yeah, for coming and watching and supporting, cornering me. Yeah, they absolutely went. They all went crazy when I won my fight. Yeah, it was amazing. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, thank you so much.
Incredible. Well,
I appreciate them, man.
yeah,
Appreciate them.
loyal people, you know, it's a good thing to have them, you know.
Yeah,
Well, I think 2023 is going to be a big year. I mean, for anyone watching this, we've done this interview at like early on in January 2023, but obviously people will watch this all through the year and everything. And I'm sure it's going to be a big year for you. More big wins.
sorry.
So bless you. So, you know, more big wins in the pit, and I'm looking forward to seeing them. Looking forward to hearing all about them. So I'd like to wish you good luck for the future. I'd
Yeah,
like to say thank you for coming on the show, and thank you for being an open book and sharing everything you shared
yeah,
from
man.
that, you know, because it's a brave thing getting on doing an interview at it.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, when you talk about things, it makes you feel better, man. Makes you feel
Yeah,
better about yourself because you've got it out. So anyone that wants to talk, if you want to get on my Facebook, message me and we'll talk and we'll. If you got any problems, I'm here, man. I'm here for you all.
absolutely.
Respect, respect.
Yeah, respect, champ. Well, thank you for taking time out of your evening. And it's been awesome having you on the show, man. Really
Yeah,
has.
man. Thank you very much for the go on, the word. What's the word? See what I mean? I'm a bit thick, me. I think it's all that punching that I've been that's been took that I've took the head. You know what I mean?
No, you've done well. You've done well, mate. Honestly.
But yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity, my man. You're in it. You're ace. I watch all your interviews all the time. But yeah,
Oh, thank
yeah,
you, man.
thank you.
I
Thank you
appreciate
so
that.
much.
Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the Simply Inspired YouTube channel, and there'll be more videos coming soon.